can we make a start, please? Apologies, I think we're all here by the look of it. Minutes of the meeting of the 12th of June. Are they agreed?
Agreed.
Nothing to announce this week. Urgent items, nothing. Agenda item 5, can we agree that agenda item 11 is taken in private, please?
Agreed.
Thank you. Agenda item 6, to remind members to make any declaration, both verbally and in writing, please. Which takes us on to agenda item 7, the first key decision report, regeneration of Wakefield market site, Denise.
Yes, we've been waiting for this to come to fruition for some time. As you all are aware, we have an offer for a cinema on the site. It's taken longer than we thought, and we only have 4 traders left in the market hall. It's costing us so much money to keep it going just for 4 traders. So what we're suggesting is that we demolish the site. It will retain the existing canopy because that's part of the planning application for the new cinema. So all is not lost on that. So we want to move forward with the demolition and have the money from the capital programme. You'll see attached a pink sheet for you all to look at the detail.
Any questions or comments? Maureen?
Yeah, can I just to make sure, because I know it was part of the original arrangements that the people within the market hall, I believe there are only 2 traders at the moment, that they have either been offered alternative accommodation.
They've been offered alternative accommodation, but they're waiting now for some compensation.
But
everything's been dealt with. A lot of traders have moved into other markets or moved into smaller premises across the district, but the ones that are still staying there are waiting now for the compensation.
That's fine, thank you.
But they've had a lot of offers.
One of the big changes, and it's accelerated over the last 18 months, I guess, is the high streets up and down the country. There's a lot of debate taking place about what is the future of the high street. We've seen the retail sector undergoing a huge transformation, and some of the firms that you never thought would go out of business have gone out of business. Others are clinging on precariously. Many of them have been hit by people who buy on the internet. So there's a huge change going on. And I've asked Merrin, and I think I've spoken to colleagues as well, informally, to suggest what we do is we have a report that looks at the future of the high street and what the council can do. Do we try and keep the high street that many of us knew when we were somewhat younger, or how can we make sure that we adapt to the changing conditions? So I think the decision today is part of that debate. And we need to be at the front of it. But there's a lot of evidence now about how that change is taking place and what it might mean for places, not just like Wakefield, which is obviously a city, but for the towns right throughout the district. What does it mean for places like Featherstone, Castleford, Pontefract, Normanton? I'm trying to not miss anybody out here and get into trouble. But you know, we know it is a national problem, but locally we've got to see what we can do.
I think the biggest statistics tell us, national statistics tell us now that the biggest growth employment industry is the courier service, because more and more people are shopping online or alternatively shopping, and I think that's something we need to keep an eye on. But that's the biggest employment growth at the moment.
Okay, so we'll revisit this in due course when we get the report.
Yeah.
Okay, agenda item 8, closure of Mackey Hill Junior High School.
Yes, this has come back to Cabinet because after the statutory period of notice ended, there weren't 2 letters of objection. One was received after the closing date, so is not classed as relevant to the thing, but the people have been consulted on their concerns. And a second letter was received on the 3rd, and that has been responded to by the team at the council. There's an urgency about dealing with this, because we need to get this through Cabinet so that it can go back to the Secretary of State to rescind the academy order that is currently in place for Mackie Hill. Now, if we don't do that fairly quickly, it means we miss the deadline before the actual school break up and at the end of July. So I'm asking that this be passed today, please.
Yeah.
Questions or comments? If not, can we agree?
Agreed.
Okay, agenda item 9, financial health report. It's only early in the year, but we're on track to deliver. I'm happy to answer any questions on the report. No?
No?
Okay, can we agree?
Agreed.
Customer experience and digital strategy. Les?
We've been looking in detail about how our residents and how people contact us and how we contact them. And the strategies that are outlined in this report is how we want to work with customers in the future. I think when you're looking at how you want to work with customers in the future, you've got to understand what you do now and what you do well and what you don't do well. And also, under 5.3 and 5.4, certainly we're looking at how we want to present digital services so that they're so good that people actually want to use them. They don't get frustrated. I know that I go on some of the sites to book things, and if you get halfway through and it just throws you into a different thing, you just come straight out and you want to do something different. We're seriously looking at all that side of it. But we're also looking at the vulnerable. Not everybody has got access to some of these things, and we have to bear that in mind constantly when we're talking about customers. So when we look at certainly the customer experience, what I'm really pleased about is the now. The now. We're not saying we're that good. We're saying that we've got lessons to learn, and then we look at the future. So the recommendation is that we approve the strategies that are in this document.
Any questions or comments? Just a question. How will we know if customers are happy?
I think one of the things that you can do, Chair, and I think it's important, is you see that more and more people are using your systems. You can measure that. You can see that they're using them. You can see we get feedback from people. We do ask people how they've used it, whether they like that, and we get some genuine feedback about it's not very good or what we do. So there's two areas in my view. One is the feedback, but the other thing is that when people are using it more and more.
I think there is a pop-up survey, isn't there, as
Yeah,
well,
there is.
that currently happens about your experience.
Yeah.
When you go onto the web, before you log off, it asks for your feedback. And I think people at the moment are disinclined to give any feedback because the front, and I know it's part of the document, I know we've talked about this before, but the front page needs changing. I think we do need to make the customer experience a little bit better than it is at the moment.
I constantly get asked if I'll give feedback every time I go into a bank and do a transaction. I get a message saying, well, I'll give feedback. I never do, is the truth. So I just kind of wonder whether or not there's any thought being given to getting a control group of 100 people.
But some people like giving feedback. Some people like to be asked their
I know,
opinion.
just if you've got a control group of 100 people,
It's not as good.
then you start off asking them what the views are. I know we've done that in the past on other issues. Isn't it?
That's a good idea. That's a good
I
idea.
just wonder whether we can use that on some of the other issues that we're talking about as well,
Yeah.
or maybe get a bit of a larger control group. So we've got genuine, sorry? Yeah, so customer panel is a great idea. So we've got genuine feedback on what people are thinking about what we're doing.
We used to
Just a thought anyway.
I think that's a good idea, Chair. I think it really is that, because there are some people that do want to give feedback and they give genuine feedback, so we could use it. Customer panel will certainly look at that as well.
Okay, so, sorry? Oh, sorry, Margaret, I do apologise.
Thank you, Chair. 510, I'm just looking at working closely with our partners. What sort of response have we had back from the partners? Have we really looked at ways of working?
I think it's getting better. Now, I think that it's getting better that certainly some of our partners are giving us feedback that we've talked about here, that it's not exactly how they think it should be, which is good news, because that's the sort of feedback that we want. It's patchy, I think, is what I would say.
Okay, anybody else? If not, can we move into private, please, for the final item?